Okay. Hello there, and welcome to this interview with Anuj. Hey Anuj, how you going?
Hi Mackenzie, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm good too, thank you. So it's great to have you here. I'll just give you guys a bit of a summary of Anuj. What he's done so far and why we're here today. So Anuj joined the Grad Jobs program on the 12th of January, 2021. And he was going into his final year at Western Sydney University, studying a Bachelor of Accounting. When he joined to work with Grad Jobs with me, he mentioned that he wanted to work at Big Four. That was his main objective. And specifically, he had two dream companies from what I remember, PWC and Deloitte. And he tried to get some internships and jobs beforehand. He did manage to get a bookkeeping role at a cool company, which we'll dig into. And with other things, didn't have as much luck in those past few months, etc. So what we did in those 64 days between then and when he eventually landed an offer at PWC is we worked on the science behind landing jobs. We talked a lot about sales, how to sell yourself, relationship building, interviewing, how to use LinkedIn, etc. A whole range of things. And after those 64 days, Anuj landed an amazing offer to work with PWC as an analyst in his final year. I believe it was an analyst, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's an analyst, but it's just a casual role. So yeah, I think that's one of the best thing about this role that it allows me to work while I am studying. So that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's like the dream, right?
Yeah,
The dream. Study and work at your dream company at the same time.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely it is.
so that's a summary of what Anuj has been successful in doing, incredibly successful. So in this interview, we just want to dig into that a little bit more. So it'd be good to figure out, I think, and if there's anything else you think people would find valuable, please jump right in. I think why you chose PwC would be something that's cool to cover. I think people
Sure.
will be interested in that. And also, what you were doing before and what really helped you to secure this offer. So
Sure.
I suppose we can start by just going back to before the 12th of Jan.
Yeah.
So before then, you were studying at Western Sydney, you had a job. So could you tell us, why you decided to get into accounting in the first place?
Sure, sure. So, uh, I think I had some interest in business and accounting field, especially investments and share market. And over the years, I thought that definitely this is something that I want to go into. I want to study that particular thing. So then, after finishing my high school, I straight away um, decided that I want to study something in business. And uh, what I thought was, like rather than studying the business degree in general, I thought of going into some specialization. So my degree itself, like my mm, core degree, it's called Bachelor's of Accounting. So my core units are in accounting,
Yeah,
and I'm doing my majors in financial planning. So uh, my academic experience in accounting and financial planning has helped me a lot in terms of getting to learn those nitty gritty things and in that field. So that is my academic background. But yeah, in terms of professional background, it was really cool in 2020 that I got this amazing internship offer at one of the US accounting firm. And then shortly after finishing my internship, I got a bookkeeper's role there on a casual basis. So
mm-hmm.
again, I got about a year's experience there, which was really cool because during that year's period, I got to learn a lot in terms of technical accounting.
Definitely.
And yeah, I got to apply that in my studies as well. But when I finished my penultimate year, my second year, uh, I just narrowed down my path, and I was quite clear that I wanted to get into Australia's job market and get something in finance or accounting uh, here in Australia. So obviously, I am in Australia, and I'm working from home. Basically, I'm working remotely, but I'm working in the US accounting industry. So I wanted to tap the Australian Australian accounting and finance industry. So I started applying to a couple of internships and grad programs. But definitely, as you said, that I wasn't successful in most of them. So like upon some analysis, what I was very clear about that I had like, well, I'm not bragging about myself, but I was quite sure that I have something to offer to the companies. But I was
Definitely.
not sure whether my whether what do you say, like whether my approach was perfect, or like the way I was applying or the way I was tapping the job market was correct. So then I came across your profile,
Mm.
and I saw a couple of really good posts from your side, and like which uh, you know which made me feel that yeah, let's give him a try. Like, let's get in touch with Mackenzie and let's hear from him what he has to say regarding my situation. So yeah, that's where I was before 12th January, and then I eventually got in touch with you, and then all the things worked out.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a really good story. I just wanted to jump back a second though, because I think people would love to hear more about your bookkeeping job, because there's two
Yeah,
really amazing things you did, before even getting in touch with me. So first you got the internship. Number one. A lot of people want to know how to get the internship. But second, you impressed them so much that you got a job offer, and
yeah,
they're all the way in America.
yeah.
So could you answer those two questions? First, how did you get the internship? Second, what do you think it was that made you stand out?
Well, yeah, sure. So first of all, in regards to the internship, definitely I applied on their job portal. I mean, on their website, but I definitely learned that it was quite difficult. So actually, I it was really fortunate for me that I have my cousin working there. So after gathering enough courage, because
Mm.
earlier I thought that it wasn't that good to disturb anyone or getting someone's favor for
Yeah.
getting some internship or anything. So, but yeah, after gathering enough courage, I asked her if she could recommend me to the management or the operations team. So ultimately, yeah, she did agree, and then recommended me to the operations team. And then, yeah, although I had to go through all those application processes, but yeah, eventually after a couple of interviews. Yeah, they did give me this internship. But yeah, so for your second question, I guess that is very critical that you are quite proactive in terms of seeking opportunities, and be like take what they give you. Like at first you might think that oh, I already know this, but they'll start with seeing what you know and how much you can grow here. So definitely they wouldn't give you, or they wouldn't burden you with like all those high end things at first, but you just have to hang in there and just wait for opportunities. So yeah, I guess there are two main things, that be proactive and yeah, just hang in there and work hard. Yeah, those are the two things that helped me get a position there.
Awesome. And did they reach out to you to offer you the position, or did you ask them?
Yeah, so while I was in the process of getting that internship, I definitely expressed my intention of working there. Like, yeah, I was like, I told them that, yeah, I'd be more than happy to work here for I mean, on a part-time basis. So, yeah, definitely, I let them know my intention, like my intention, and then they definitely said that, yeah, let's give you this internship opportunity at first, and then we'll see how you go from there. So, yeah.
Awesome. And did you think it was important to really make it clear to them what your intentions were? Was that important?
Definitely. Yeah, 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 definitely. Because yeah, Well, I think that even though they might have come back to me after the internship, which they already did, like they might have come back to me regardless of me letting them know my intention.
Mm.
But what I think is, the time that I took in between, they already knew that yeah, this person already wants to work with us. So they had in their mind that yeah, definitely this is a perfect guy and he wants to work with us on for a long time. So I guess that made their decision quite like yeah, probably somewhat easier to decide like if we want to offer him a position or not.
Definitely, definitely, I can see that. Well done. That was I thought that would be good to jump into because
Sure, sure.
people often find it difficult to get the first bit of experience. But that's a great way you can do it. Building a relationship, maybe even someone you already know,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
seeing if they can help because you probably have connections, and most people have connections that can help them out, but they don't really think about it. But when you really zoom out and think, oh, who can help me?
Hmm.
It can get
Definitely, I
bear a
agree
lot of
with that.
fruit, right? Hmm.
Agree with that. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And so you're trying to land, so you had a bit of experience, you're trying to land, you're applying online. And knowing what you know now, what kind of mistakes do you think you were making, or were you making mistakes, do you think, before?
Yes. So in terms of application, I guess yeah, I was making like lots and lots of mistakes, which I got to learn after getting in touch with you. So a couple of like some common ones are how to structure your resume. Thinking of thinking from the perspective of a recruiter, like how good or like how compact resume would they want to see, like obviously because I'm quite sure that most of the guys who will be seeing this video will be like much more qualified than me, but
Oh, I don't know about
this is
that.
well,
Karen.
yeah, so the most interesting thing is like how to showcase your achievements and experiences in a very compact way. So
Mm.
I definitely agree with you. Like, yeah, totally second your opinion that there were a couple of things that I wasn't really good at. So one of them was my resume. I like, yeah, when I compare my resume right now that I used to apply at PWC, I totally can see the difference in comparison to my older resume. So yeah, definitely resume was one thing.
I've got it. I've just
Second
quickly.
was
I've got it up now. It looks so good. And I really liked the idea that you had of the full stop at the end of the your name as well. That was great. I won't go into it in too much detail. It's probably a hack. So. But carry on.
yeah, yeah. So definitely, as you said, when you practice something, you master it. So when you'll be working on your resume with obviously some expert guidance, you'll get better and better eventually. I think that was one thing that you said to me, Mackenzie. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like mm, when you will spend more and more time on something, then yeah, you'll definitely come up with something really amazing. So yeah, you just need to show at the end of the day, you just need to show the recruiter that yeah, how desperate and how excited you are to work with them. So yeah, resume is definitely one thing. The second thing is relationship, and I totally agree that relationship are must. So it's definitely okay because I think that most of the guys out there think that it's really critical to get connected with the recruiter at first. I mean, yeah, it definitely is. If you can get connected with the recruiter and then discuss your application, it's definitely great. But even if you can get to know the company before applying to that particular job description, then yeah, definitely that's a good thing as well. But I guess uh, uh, connecting with someone or reaching out to someone isn't that easy. So you need to, make up your mind and then figure out the process, like how you will get in touch with them and how you can expect a reply from them. Because nowadays reaching out to someone online, it isn't that big task, right? But
Mm.
getting their reply is. So yeah, I consider mainly these two things. Like making connections and my resume as two important things that I lack, like two important skills that I lack, and yeah, that you have helped me with. Those are the two most important things.
Awesome. I think that's really valuable. I think people will appreciate that coming from you. Okay,
Sure.
just having a look at my prompts. so, so you had this bookkeeping internship, you converted into a job, and then you reframed your process. You saw me on LinkedIn. What do you think it was that made you join grad jobs, or why did you join?
Yeah, so actually, as I said, I definitely knew that something was not okay in the process that I was adopting. So I needed someone, like someone who had some expert tips that he or she could help me with. So yeah, definitely, I came across your profile on LinkedIn, and then I thought that yeah, let's get in touch with him. Let's get in touch with him and hear what he has to say in regards to my approach and how he can help me. So yeah, definitely. So that was the thing that made me reach out to you, because from your profile, I mean, yeah, definitely one can totally figure out that yeah, you are someone who is there to help graduates and students to land their dream jobs. So yeah, that particular tagline of yours attracted me, and then yeah, I I visited your website and then yeah, ultimately reached out to you.
Awesome. And we've already kind of covered some of the mistakes that you maybe were making before, and that, like the big ones, which helped you land this job at PWC. I might be putting you on the spot here, but is there anything else that you think um, helped you through the program? Was it even if it was support, motivation, things like that? Were there any kind of ancillary um, benefits?
Yeah, definitely. So I totally think that apart from working on my resumes and getting some insights about the job market, you have definitely helped me with my communication as well. Because in these days, I totally feel that communication is one thing, that communication and having confidence while communicating. So I guess that is the most important thing that employers are looking for. Because even though you will have like hundreds of skill sets, if you don't have good communication skills, uh, that that won't work out. That opportunity or that application won't work out. So yeah, definitely your guidance around effective communication was definitely something that helped me out. And yeah, definitely in every application that I've made until now, and all those interviews that have converted from the application, I guess communication was definitely one thing that might have made a difference. And yeah, definitely. So actually it was really good. I mean, I won't name the employer with whom I was interviewing, but that employer definitely said that one of the best things that I liked about you is your confidence and is your willingness to work with us. Because even though we have seen they were quite honest, and they said that we have seen much more interesting resumes than yours, but something that made you stand out of the crowd was your eagerness and your like desperateness to work with us and your research about the company. So yeah, again, coming to the second thing was, yeah, definitely how you focused on, researching the company before applying for that position. I guess, yeah, that was another cool thing, because employers really like if you know the company beforehand. So yeah, those were the two other things that helped me during the process.
Thank you. That's very, very kind of you. Awesome. And just a couple of other little questions about your application. So when we started work together in about mid Jan,
Mid-Jan, yeah.
How many jobs after that did you apply for? And how many sort of hidden jobs did you go for, or did you try and get? Could you just jog my memory on that?
Yeah, sure. So I guess, yeah, I at least have applied to like 25 to 30 jobs in total. 25 to 30 graduate jobs, okay?
Mm.
Graduate and part-time jobs. And while I was in that process, I guess I applied for like 5 to 10 internships as well. But the most important thing that you said, the hidden jobs, right? Hidden jobs and hidden internships. So I guess uh, I didn't apply to any of those hidden jobs or hidden internships, but actually by making connections, a couple of hidden internships came to me. Like I had some really good connection with a couple of recruiters, and then they just reached out to me offering that internship.
Mm.
So I guess, yeah, definitely um, making connections and then leveraging them is definitely one thing that you can do in order to tap that hidden job market.
Mm. That's awesome. Yeah, I remember that you got you actually got an internship offer, and it was a good company, wasn't it? I won't name the company, but it was a large
Yeah, it definitely is,
insurance
because
company.
and in last year it was quite a news for positive reasons, obviously for positive reasons, and it was going through some ventures or mergers or something. But yeah, it definitely was a good company. But yeah, I had my dream quite figured out, and as I had gotten that opportunity, yes, I definitely went for PWC.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And just a couple more questions, not too many. So, firstly, are you excited to start? And yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I am actually. You know, from the last couple of weeks, I've just been in that process of getting onboarded, and it has been like, yeah, really good. And there are sort of different stages that I have to go through. But yeah, as I'm passing those stages, I'm becoming more and more excited as I'm coming near to the start date. So yeah, I'm quite excited for that.
beautiful. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it in terms of my
Uh,
questions for you. Like, you've done a really good job uh, talking about how you've achieved such. It really is a massive success, to be frank.
Thank you.
And you're very kind of blasé about it. So
But yeah, definitely, as you said, it's a great success for me. Like, yeah, definitely, I would definitely agree to that. But yeah, definitely, I think it wouldn't have been possible without your help and your expert guidance. Yeah, I definitely think that.
thank you. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. Um, so I suppose, yeah, is there anything you want to say? Because there's probably going to be a lot of students and graduates watching this video, and they'll be extremely inspired by you. Is there anything you want to say to people who may have been in your shoes before and were worried about this kind of thing?
Well, yeah, sure. So I think definitely all of us go through that period where like we just want to figure out what we want to do and like, yeah, get our dream jobs after we have figured out that. So I guess, yeah, figuring out what you want to do in your future is quite important before tapping the job market, because uh, you know if you are there for like if you're out there searching new jobs and then you don't know which direction you want to go to, and you are applying some back office admin job uh, in an accounting firm, and at the same time if you are applying for an IT company, then those are two things which are going in two different directions. So I think that yeah, you need to zero down your approach. Like you need to zero down your goals, and then you need to approach them. And while you are doing that, while you are in the process, it's definitely critical for you to work hard and just hang in there. Like you'll definitely eventually get something, and yeah, you just need to hang in there. And if someone would would like to get some expert tips, then yeah, probably reaching out to Mackenzie is perhaps the best thing that you can get. And yeah, definitely, ultimately I want to say this, like yeah, it's really important that you need to work hard. Mackenzie will show you way where you can how you can work hard and what all approaches you can take differently than you were adopting in the past. But the main thing that you need to have in mind is like you should be prepared to work hard. If you are, then there's no worries, you will definitely get something really cool. Yeah, perhaps your dream job. So yeah, that's
That's
all I have to
awesome.
say.
That's awesome. That's awesome advice. And I really liked, I just want to highlight the fact about being, or your advice around being focused. And what's really interesting, I'm seeing all the time, is some people like yourself, they know what they want. They're zeroed in, like you said, and they go for it. They tend to get better results. Like people like that, when they're focused, it tends to work
Totally
out
agree
better.
with that. Yeah.
However, there's a lot of people out there who don't have a clue what they want to do. And there's a lot of people, they think, oh, do I want to do accounting? Do I want to do consulting? Do I want to do IT? And I think the conclusion I've come to, and if you have any thoughts or tips for them as well on this, it'd be great, is if you don't know what you want to do, you have to try something. And at least by
Exactly. Yeah,
trying
sure.
something, like having something to aim for, even if it's not perfect, going for something, and then if it works out and you love it, perfect. If it doesn't, great. Cross it off the list, try your next thing, but at least aim for something.
Sure, I definitely agree with you, because the thing is like you got to start somewhere. So rather than just being confused and just thinking where should I start from and where should I start not from. But yeah, definitely that is one thing that I would agree with you, and you need to start somewhere. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, penultimate question. Actually, sorry, last question.
Okay.
If people did want to, contact you to say, thanks for all the advice, what is the best way to do that?
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to chat with them. Probably on my LinkedIn, I guess. Yeah, I'm quite active on LinkedIn, so if they can just ping me on LinkedIn, and yeah, I'd be more than happy to chat with them. Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time, Anuj. It's been amazing to speak to you. And I think this is going to
Likewise.
be so valuable to people who want to follow in your footsteps. And yeah, you've done an awesome job. I've loved working with you, honestly. And yeah, I can't wait to keep in touch and see how you enjoy not just this final year of uni, but also, next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, where you'll be. I'm sure it will be somewhere great.
Likewise, likewise. Nice meeting you, and nice working with you. Nice. Like one last thing that I was thinking is
Yeah,
like, yeah, definitely, I'd like to. I'd like to reiterate the fact that yeah, just hang in there and just work hard. Uh, this is my message to everyone who is out there and just trying to figure out how we can get a get a dream job. I just want to say this thing like yeah, just hang in there and work hard, and opportunities will come to you. So yeah, I'd like to end with that.
beautiful. Okay. See you, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Cheers.